point, say it's coming in and out of trouble like crazy. You would highlight it, hit more info. You would see that it's off 82. It's loops 11, device 4. You hit your menu. You go to your maintenance. Hit more info to open up the system. You can find all your cards, meaning your voice cards, your device cards, all that stuff on this system. All your transponder cards will also be listed on this. So the entire system will be listed on this screen. We'll just say, like say that smoke detector is going in and out of trouble like crazy. You scroll through, you just highlight it, you hit control, password would be 5 ones. I got fat fingers. And then you have your disarm, arm, change ASDs, activate, deactivate. If you want to take that device out of play, you would hit disarm and execute. And now that we took something out of the system, your enabled, disabled button will light up. You hit your menu, go back to your main screen, and then alerts, because that's where all your troubles are listed. If you notice, you'll have your trouble for disable, and the output, the input for your fire and heat for that device are now disabled. It'll say input disarmed. Now that device will not activate at all. Say you're like, all right, you figured out somebody was just sweeping, it could be anything stupid. You go back to your menu, maintenance. Since that was the last thing we do, it'll bring you right back to that device. And I'll have a dot next to it saying that's a device that has been disabled. So you would simply go back to control. You would arm your device, execute it. You notice disable went out because there's nothing disabled anymore. Back to your menu. And now all your outs will be there. You acknowledge it, change the state. You reset. And now it disappeared. You can disable smoke detectors, water flows, pulsations, any device on the system you can disable. So you'll have a crazy false alarming, trouble communication in and out. That beeping does get annoying.
Put everything, what wires or what in there?
You can also hit menu. You can go to your maintenance. And you see all your loop cards are here. You can select any of these cards. And I'll also give you a list of all the devices on that system as well if you wanted to look for something in particular. All of them are there.
Yeah, I'm just saying, make sure you put the breakers off.
Port.
Do you need anything else?
You do the same thing. Just give you everything you're really going to look under report is your event log. Cool thing about your event log, you let it load, you hit your settings, you can do a certain time from to when or just a certain type. We'll just do alarms, hit done. That list is going to generate. Then you can hit view. That'll give you your addresses, the type of signal it is, and when it came in. You just hit select. Then it'll give you your times of those alarm signals. Hit select one more time. And then it'll give you all your custom messages, which will be all your descriptions of that device. When it starts here is the first one will be your oldest. You have to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and that'll be your newest alarm signal that came in. That comes in handy. You say there's a false alarm, nobody was here, you come in later, you can always check the history, or if you have also your contact ID here. So any device that goes into alarm, the central station will know exactly what device it is, and when they report it to the authorities and the contact list on who they need to be contacted to the building, it'll say, hey, device 4-15 went into alarm. That would be your smoke detector on your 5th floor closet of the science lab, whatever. So all the alarm signals, the supervisory signals, are descripted in your monitoring, so they'll know who it is. What. The next thing, if you want to change it, get history again. Let it. Then you just do system type. You just do supervisories. Anything you want. The supervisories will be all your like your campers and stuff like that connected to your sprinkler system, your pump running, your smelling activation. Same thing again. I'll tell you the device number, the type of signal, and it comes in or out. Select it, give your times. Select it again, and then you get your descriptions. And then scroll to the bottom. And then you notice when we were playing with the fans earlier, all those fan signals are in and out. So you know that everything that happens on that screen comes through here in your history. You can do a full-blown history of everything, or just certain types, or from a time frame to time frame. Anytime you think you're lost, you hit your menu button, it'll go right back to your main screen. Your alert is all your messages on the system. Take you right back. Boom. And then, like you say, your most important is probably your function keys. That's what you'll be going to all the time. You can even do a lamp test if you want. Let's make sure all the buttons are working. Looks good to me. But other than that, it's pretty simple.
It's good.
Does it for like 30 seconds. A little longer than necessary, but yeah, that's pretty much it. Sure you don't have any questions or anything you want me to go over twice?
Well, I'm gonna get this and check this out. There's a lot to absorb in that.
Yeah, it does seem like
I mean,
a lot.
that's what you do. So he's like, you know.
Yeah, once you get a hang of it, once you do it once or twice, it's so automatic you're not even gonna realize it anymore.
Right. Like you said, it's a little intimidating.
Yeah.
But you pretty much follow.
Try- like a week
you can't
or-
push bad
In
buttons.
a week, you're just gonna be like this, and you're gonna walk away because you're tired of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You can't push a button. It's not supposed to get
Yeah,
pushed.
like you said, if something's
Just,
not, something's gonna happen. Only what's lit is enabled to be used.
Right.
So, not bad. But yeah, we'll just go over your functions. You have your strobe disarm, speaker strobe disarm, your elevator disarm, your turnstiles, your BAS connections, which say if there's any alarm here, the BAS system will know. Like say we're testing the building, you don't want 100 alarm signals going to them. You can disable that. This fuel signal, you can disable that. Your HVAC, that would be all your dampers, and your HVAC shutdown would be to that.
To the BAS.
Yes, that would be all your physical
We don't have
shutdown.
that set up here yet, though.
Well, no, for our system with all the dampers and the HVAC shutdown.
Yeah, but where they're up there now, where the chillers are on the laptop.
Yeah.
There's going to be a BS up there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We don't have. There's nothing up there yet, right now.
Then you have your stair pressurization, and that's when you can disable that because anytime you have an alarm state, that will activate. So instead of having the fans blow the stairwells all the time, you can disable it here and it'll not work. And then your AV interruption, that'll be all the music background, things like that. That shuts off when your fire alarm goes off. You can disable that as well. So you get lost, you just hit menu, main screen, and there you go.
Now, how did you know that this was a smoke detector?
Look, it is a smoke detector.
No, I know, but that on there, how did you know on the location what one was on that when you
All these smoke detectors will have a sticker to let you know.
I didn't know. Okay, a sticker on that.
Not yet, but
Oh,
they'll put a
okay.
sticker will say, it'll do one number dash a number.
So you just knew that was that
Yeah.
one was. That was my only question.
Yeah, no problem. Now, with all these devices, they'll have a sticker identifying its device number. And the first number is its loop number. The second number is its actual physical number itself. So whenever you're in an area, make sure you get both numbers because there's 8 device cards in here. So technically, there's 8 50s out there. But it'll be 1-50, 3-50, or whatever, just so you know you have the right device. And then if you want to disable it, you hit your menu, maintenance, and then it has all the lists of all your cards here. And we kind of tell you what floors it was on too, so you can help narrow down
Scroll
your
down,
search.
find it. Right.
Say it's on the 6th floor, And all your devices that are on that card will show up with your full description. They're all there. It'll just say in the men's room, somebody is smoking a cigarette, unit control, we disarm it so it wouldn't go back into alarm. Things like that. Say you get lost, you're like, oh, I don't know where I'm at. Menu, right back to the main screen. If you go if you go right back to your disarm, it'll take you back exactly where you left off. The only way to really backtrack is you'd have to hit escape, and that will bring you back to the previous screen. Menu will get you back to the main
where
screen.
you were at.
Yeah.
And then the only buttons that are going to work are the ones that you can push them all, but one that's going to be off, like the one that's lit. All the others are going. So there's no way it's a fail safe.
Yeah, there's no way you're not messing nothing up. We made that on purpose. So, like you said, if you disabled something, it'll let you know, hey, you still have something disabled. I mean, your audibles, like say there's a full-blown alarm, this light will lit as well, saying, hey, your audible's on. You're going to hear them, obviously. And then once you have an alarm come in, here, we'll just do this one easier. Disable your speakers. You have your disable. Do we have a can of smoke somewhere around here?
Right? Isn't it?
Simulate an alarm. Now we have an alarm.
Right.
Same thing I was trying to show you before. Acknowledge alarm. This will beep till you acknowledge it. So,
And
acknowledge it. But since I disabled everything, you're not going to hear none. You already do your investigation, you check it out. You're going to do silence audibles. Now, all the noise will stop, but your strobes will still flash.
Okay.
All right, you do your investigation. And if it's a normal situation, like live, you're not allowed to reset that panel because the fire marshal and all are going to want to see what's going on.
Right.
If you are working on the building, systems taken out, have everything on test, things are bypassed, and you know they're working on it, then you can reset it because once they get that dispatch, they're going to want to come and check things out. If you reset it, they might get a little upset on you. So if it's a real situation, you can silence it, but do not reset. If you know you're getting work done in the building and things are, called out, you're on test, everything, you're able to reset that. And then right there,
Still sensing it.
yeah, so you came back in, you got to acknowledge it again. Boom.
Now you can do that without any other alarm going off. It was just on a test.
Yeah, we're on test. And Hoppy, he's working on the system, so they made sure it was on test. I hope it is.
Yeah.
Like I said, he's working. Like anytime there's work done in the building, this system should be on test in case of false alarm.
Yeah. That's how it was. We called in.
Now, since the issue is clear, alarm didn't come back in. And there you go. Suppose that.
Yeah, we would put it on test, call security system. They would notify it.
Yep. Then you would select again, execute. Now you notice your thing's out of there. Go back to your menus, change the state, and I'll let you know. Now it gets old. You say you'll trust me. You'll get used to the system very quick. And if you notice, when you have a complete normal situation, there's nothing going on in the building, that's the screen you'll get. But since we have trouble signals at the moment,
Working on, it's on test.
it's going to show up.
It's going to show all that up.
Yeah.
Right.
There you go. Anything else? You have any other questions or anything?
Alex.
Yep, every time something comes in and out, it's going to beep. You believe you do have an annunciator at your front entrance up there. On that annunciator, it has only simple functions. It doesn't have bypasses and things like that. You're able to acknowledge and silence from there, and reset, but you're not gonna be able to disarm anything, you're not gonna be able to take anything out. But all that's gonna do is allow you to see all the messages is here as well. Whatever's displaying on this system will also display in your enunciator as well. You just have very limitations on your controlling.
So you could actually go and you check on that location.
Yeah.
That would come, you know.
Instead of coming right back here, you're at
Right.
the stairwell, you can check that.
Right.
Like I said, you can silence it and reset, but you can't disarm anything from that point. So, like I said, anything that displays here will display in that screen as well.
Just can't disarm.
Yeah,
Can silence and acknowledge.
that's correct. Yeah, but that's pretty much it. And you also have your generator enunciator here, just like that. This is gonna be your command room. All your things will report to this room. Your elevator will display there as well. But that's about it.
Thanks, Ryan.